Hi there, welcome to Yaki Talks Games. I'm your host, Yaki Margulies, and today we're going to look at a variation on a very popular board game, Codenames Duet from Czech Games Edition. This game is for 2 or more players, 2 to an infinite number of players. It's ages 11 and up, and the box says it takes 15 minutes to play, though I would say it's more like half an hour. Codenames Duet is a lot like the original Codenames, if you're familiar with that one. Except in the original Codenames, you are 2 teams pitted against each other. And in this version, in Duet, you are 2 teams, but you are working together cooperatively. And what is it that these teams are trying to do in Codenames and Codenames Duet? Well, we're all spies out in the field, and we're trying to get other players to guess which operatives they need to contact. In front of us is a board made up of different words, and each team has a key card that lets them know who the operatives are amongst these words. These words represent people. The key card also lets you know which words represent just civilians, regular people that you don't want to interact with. And also there's one word that's an assassin, and if you ever get the assassin, you immediately lose the game. Now, how do you get other people to guess the correct operatives? By giving one-word clues. Each team is going to be giving the other team one-word clues that connect multiple of the word cards. For example, if you had operatives represented by the words plumber and turtle, then your one-word clue could be Mario? I don't know if that's a good one. An easier example would just be if you're trying to connect 2 words like pizza and corn, and you give the one-word clue food. But you have to make sure that there aren't other food cards out on the board already that could throw your teammates off. And basically you're going to just go back and forth, each side giving different one-word clues to try to get the other team to guess all the correct operatives out in the field. And in Codenames Duet, you have to do that before you run out of a set number of rounds. It's a race against the clock. Now you can connect more than 2 words, but it is trickier. You will say a number after your hint to let them know how many cards you're trying to connect. So if you're trying to connect 3 words and your one-word clue is purple, if they're all purple things or something, you could say purple 3, which lets them know that they have to connect 3 words on the board with the hint purple. Codenames Duet also comes with a little map for a campaign mode, but I would barely call it a campaign mode. It's really if you just want to play the game multiple times in a row with slightly different numbers of rounds or something. But for the most part, that's how you play Codenames Duet. So let's talk about it now. What I really like about Codenames Duet is it's a very simple game. I've said this before in other reviews. It's super simple, but that doesn't mean it's not super fun and engaging for all types of players, from those who love more complex board games to those who are just being introduced to board games for the first time. Maybe after having described this game, you're now thinking, that doesn't sound like much. It's hard to explain, but once you're playing it, I think you'll find it's immediately very fun. It's so quick to teach to other people, and everyone is right away invested. It's very satisfying to come up with different one-word clues, and then when you give it to the other team, seeing if they get it, you're on pins and needles the whole time. And if you give a very good clue, or if you guess correctly based on a clue, you can't help but feel a bit clever. I also like that this version of Codenames is cooperative, which I think appeals to my game-playing sensibilities a little bit more. I like when we're all on the same team working together, but if that doesn't sound as fun to you and you'd rather go head-to-head with friends and take them down, then try the regular Codenames over Codenames Duet. The one thing I don't love about this game is the theme is super light. I like games with theme that tell a story, and this one is basically just an abstract word game. And the fact that they tacked on this theme about spies in the field and operatives and an assassin, it's all just pretty loose and unnecessary. I would like there to be more theme and that the gameplay incorporates the theme more. But since it is such an abstract, simple word game, they didn't need to really make it about spies. Could have been literally anything. Probably could have just had no theme at all and call it something other than Codenames. But overall, it's just a super fun guessing game with wordplay, And especially if you have friends who are not the most experienced gamers yet, this is a great gateway game. Codenames Duet. Go out and get it. It's awesome. It's definitely worth its modest price. Well, that's all I have to say on that. Thank you for watching. As always, please like and subscribe and follow me on social media and tell all your friends about this show and tune in next time. Bye!